Hi everyone, it's Deirdre. I'm back. I left off with talking a little bit more about Chloe. I'm going to speed things up a little bit. I did not want to do that because I wanted to let you guys process me and get used to me, and then also process exactly what I do as far as voicing and voice animation. Uh, Again, as I mentioned, Chloe was with us, had been with us ever since Sophia, our daughter, who turns 11 April the 6th this year. She turns 11 this year, but Chloe was with her since when she came up from the hospital. Uh, Here is a picture of Chloe and Sophia. I have this one. I won't take that one off the board. I have tons that I'm going to post. I'm going to upload to the YouTube channel so you guys can see. But this is Chloe and Sophia. And that was one winter, I believe. It might have been the winter of 2011. But as you can see, this was them. They were tight. They hung out just like this. And they laughed together. I mean, they were, and even Sophia referred to our other pets. They were like sisters. Like I said, I'm going to upload some more pictures of Chloe and Sophia so you can see exactly how close they were. But that's Chloe and Sophia right there. Let's see if I can tilt it a little further. I'm going to get a better lighting, better screen, everything for this, so you guys can really enjoy the experience and get to know Chloe and get to know me much better. Chloe was known for standing on her hind legs, and she would do this little move, like go back like that and look, and she could jump. She looked really high, and she was known for that. She was also known, I mentioned about the biting. She was also known for chewing her leashes. We would tie Chloe up outside if we went into a store or something. If we want to walk and we went inside someplace, we'd come out, Chloe's gone. And we're panicking, like, oh my gosh, who took Chloe? Where's Chloe? And so we look, lo and behold, or I would voice her and she'd come and say, here's Chloe. And so we wondered, like, why when she would come, she would low crawl. A lot of dogs low crawl when they are guilty. And so we're like, well, what is she low crawling for? So we were thinking, like, someone is trying, everywhere we go, someone's trying to steal Chloe. Come to find out, one day we just happened to double back outside. Lo and behold, Chloe's chewing the leash. So we're like, oh, no one is trying to steal you. We thought someone was actually cutting these leashes, because the tears and separations from Chloe's leash, from the collar to leash, they were so precise. So we thought someone was cutting. But it's like everywhere we go, somebody's trying to steal our dog. It's like, wow, people must really want you, Chloe. Chloe was biting the leash apart, getting loose because she wanted to come inside. So Chloe was known for biting the leashes and biting people. So I have some stories to share about Chloe's biting experiences before I introduce you all to Chloe. So Chloe, about 2000 and I want to say 14. Chloe got sick. She got really sick, and we didn't know what was going on with Chloe. Her little stomach blew up a little bit, and and she wouldn't eat, and we thought she had worms. So we had her dewormed, and then she just wasn't getting better. So we took her to the doctor, to the veterinarian, and one doctor was like, she has an infection. We're like, oh, okay. She gave her this medication. No, first we took her to this one doctor. This one doctor said she was pregnant. We said Chloe can't be pregnant because Chloe's fixed. There's this one joke that one of my friends used to joke about Chloe, because Chloe was known to go after the boys and the girl dogs, and so she caught, and Chloe would try to, they say, and so after, because I know some, I said this is a kid friendly channel, and so I don't want the little ones to like, oh my gosh, the moms and dad, oh my god, you can't watch this, because it is. But she called Chloe a hermaphrodite, and so because if you looked at her, you really, sometimes you couldn't tell whether or not she was male or female. But if you look closely, Chloe was a girl, and she will let you have it about trying to refer to her as a boy. So we said Chloe can't be pregnant because she's been spayed, meaning your dog is fixed, the female dog. And so they looked in the system and they were like, well, we see that she's been to the doctor, but it does not say what type of process that she had or what she was there for. And I said, well, my sister-in-law told me that she was fixed. And so it's like she has mated, but she did not become pregnant, or she did not have any puppies. So we were like, okay, we were confused. So we didn't get a pregnancy test done. We just told us like she can't be pregnant. Like her stomach was a little bloated. So we took her to another doctor, veterinarian, and this veterinarian said that she had an infection. So she gave her some antibiotics. She was taking antibiotics, and Chloe seemed fine. About 2 weeks, she finished the antibiotics, as doctors tell people and animals to do. Make sure that they finish all the antibiotics. She finished hers. She was fine. About a week or two later, she was back like blah again. And so we're like, what is going on? So we took her to another doctor, veterinarian, and they said Chloe has pyometra. We're like, pia who? What is that? Some of you watching may be familiar with pyometra. Pyometra is an illness that both male and female dogs can get, particularly the female dog if they're not fixed, spayed, or neutered. What happens is when the female dogs, when they're ready to mate, fluids they are active in their system. But if these fluids are not released out of their system, they can back up into their systems and cause a cancer. And unfortunately, that was what was going on with Chloe. So they said the only way that you can help her now is to get her a full hysterectomy. And so we got her the hysterectomy, and we had to leave her at the hospital because we had to go pick up Sophia from school. Can't be late and all that. So I was like, do I stay or does my husband stay? We were just like, we're going to let her stay. Should have stayed. Should have just stayed, like, and figured out some way to get Sophia picked up from school. But didn't stay, and we were waiting. We said we'll pick her up tomorrow. So we went to, another letter fell off my board. It's the R from Terrier over there. Anyway, got a phone call later on that evening. The phone rang, but I will never forget the look on Chloe's face when we were leaving the hospital. She was laying on the bed. They were taking her back so she could have the surgery. And I said, be right back. And she looked at me, and I'll never forget that look. And that was the last time we saw Chloe. Make it a little emotional because Chloe was our little baby, and I love Chloe. And got a phone call later on that evening, and when the phone rang and I saw the number, it was like I already knew. Some I just answered, and she said, "Hi, is this um, Chloe Sparks's parent?" I said, "Yes, it is, and yes, we are parents. Anyone that owns a dog, has a pet dog, you understand they are our children, our other children. We are their parents. We're their moms and dads. So if you don't know this about dogs, animals, especially dogs, um, the owners are their parents, and they refer to you as their mom or dad or the parents of that particular animal." So I said, "Yes, it is." And she said, "I just wanted to call and let you know that Chloe had the surgery." So I'm like, "Oh." And I was getting, she was like, "And unfortunately," and that just did it for me. She said, "Unfortunately, uh, she didn't respond well, and she did not, her body didn't respond well to the surgery, and Chloe passed away." And so that did it for me for that day. And so it hit us really hard because we had another dog. My husband had this other dog named Tigray. Tigray was a Neapolitan Mastiff, and he was beautiful. He was silver gray. And some sadistic, evil nut put battery acid on meat and threw it in the yard, and Tigray ate that meat and it poisoned him. And my husband took it really hard. That was his baby. Sophia used to ride Tigray's back when she was little, and it was Tigray and Chloe. Tigray didn't live with us because where we were living, we weren't allowed to have dogs over, I think they said 45 pounds, and Tigray was huge. And plus, he did this little thing like most mastiffs do, and they slob and it gets all over your furniture and everything. So I was like, no way. I wish I had have said yes, like, and just broke the rules, because he would have been there with us. And on top of that, the neighbors downstairs from us, because we were living in a duplex, the neighbors that lived in the duplex downstairs from us, they wind up having a wolf. And it's like, well, how did they get to bring their wolf in? And we couldn't bring, so we like, forget about it. And, it's like, we moved anyway, but it's like, I wish I had broken that particular rule and brought to Gray to live with us. And so, yeah, Chloe passed, and it was so hard, and it was even harder for Sophia, because her and Sophia were like this, and so few days had passed, and so Sophia, she used to refer to her as Wowie, not Chloe, because her pronunciation of words weren't fully developed yet. So she started asking, "Where's Wowie?" And so it's like, oh my gosh, here we go. And it's like, how do we explain to her where Wowie, Chloe, is at? And so I had to think of something. And I was like, I said, "Oh, she'll be right back. She'll be back." And it's like, well, where Wowie go? And so I just thought fast. And as you can see, I'm going to let you see this picture. This is a picture of Sophia. This is Chloe. I'm going to bring this picture closer. I'll bring it closer now. This is Sophia. Sophia's right there. Chloe is right there. And this is Dorothy. No, that's the Good Witch, Dorothy, the Tin Man. I'm going somewhere with this. So, we were trying to figure out a good explanation for Sophia, as young as she was. At the time, she was only, Sophia may have been 3.5, going on 4. And it was like, where's Wowie? So one day, uh, she asked, where's Wowie? And this is part of where some of my journey began. I told her, I said, Chloe went to live in California with her cousin Toto. And so she said, Toto. I said, yes, she went to go live with Toto. And so I said, I'll show you Toto. And I said, she lives there now.